matchup we saw that had that. The black-white player did not have them at all, but having them in the main, you know, it's just gonna. I don't think Kevin will play around them, and it could just be a huge blowout.
Yeah, I think I like Man Company. I really like the black-white deck, but
do you recognize this player at all? I do not.
Andrew,
we all know Kevin Jones.
Andrew Riker. I know Tom Riker. I don't know Andrew Riker.
All right, so I mean, I guess we got to go with the hometown hero here. I'm rooting for Kevin Jones, but we're just hoping for a good match.
He's got to descend upon the Sinful main deck. That's big game. That cannot be spell quellered.
That cannot be quellered, and he very well may have Delirium and get that 4/4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just a lot of removal. I think it's going to depend on how early and often he can languish and just deal with Kevin's recursive, like the card advantage threats like Duskwatch and Tracker. Those are the bigger problems.
He's playing Rise from the Grave in the sideboard. That's not a card I've ever seen before in a black-white deck.
Is that the one that's 5 mana return
creature?
Yeah,
make it a zombie from any graveyard. And
that is some spice.
Yeah, I'm interested.
All right, so here we go. They're both checking out their 7s, and they both kept them.
Yep, classic Evolving Wilds go. Andrew is probably knowing what he's playing against. If he doesn't, he's going to know right now.
Yeah, he'll know. Turn 2.
Yeah.
Didn't get a great look at Kevin's hand, but he's got plenty of lands. Let's see if he has a 2-drop.
Druce drew a Displacer.
Okay, so he'll have Displacer next turn, it looks like. Although I think his next land's also tapped.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, when this kind of started, when it's clunky, and if Andrew has like a Transgress here, could be problematic.
He has 2 Gideons, a Sorin, and a Read the Bones in his hand. So
does he have another land?
I don't know. I can't.
I think that's a Blighted Fen.
Yeah, he does.
The promo Blighted Fen. So Read the Bones will be a nice play for him next.
Andrew has pure gas there if he can hit his land drops.
Yep. So Kevin will definitely be looking to. Yeah, just develops the board a little bit with the Duskwatch here.
Yep.
And an Oath of Liliana. I think that he'll still opt for Reading the Bones here.
Yeah, I would
like
agree.
That because he needs the lands.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be missing his land drops. He still wants to have the ability to like possibly play Gideon next turn.
Definitely.
He's going to see 2 non-lands, so I imagine, they're both going to the bottom.
Yeah, I guess he's really hoping for a plains. 2 swamps, so it won't be a Gideon off the top next turn. Yep. And now Kevin can pass with the Company or the Queller up too, depending. And flip his Duskwatch.
Yep.
I think that's what it'll do. I think he has a Queller, so yeah. Doesn't have the 4th land, but...
Yep. Duskwatch is going to flip.
Grasp. And a bunch of swamps and all those big, powerful planeswalkers that are, at the moment, uncastable.
So now we have an interesting situation. He's deciding whether he wants to grasp this or Oath. And he's going to Oath. I like the mana efficiency of the play of Oath, because next turn if he hits a land, he can go grasp plus pay one of the other 3 drops in his hand.
Yep. And it looks like Kevin is going to just quell it.
Yep. Spell Queller.
Yeah, now at least if it does come back later, it can be a little bit more on his terms when he's developed the board more. Alright, there's the 4th land. Not sure if he has a Company, but he does have a Selfless Spirit.
He has
a card you don't love to see.
Yeah, Dromoka's Command is not particularly good in this matchup at all. It actually, you would think people actually board Dromoka's Command out, which is correct to do, but it actually gets even a little bit better post-board
because you bring the creatures.
Bringing the creatures to the black-white deck, but the card still is not where you want to be.
Yeah, for sure. And Kevin likes to have some like controlling sideboard options, and now we're just passing. I think he actually has Ojutai's Command here. So
yeah, I mean this could be brutal if there was a main deck Kalidas or something, but it does not appear there is in this list.
Yeah, I don't know if he has an Obnex. It might just be Reading the Bones again with backup Grasp, I think is going to be his line.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to cast this Sorin next turn.
Yep.
Kevin did not opt for any main deck clash or counters, so...
Yeah. And
we're
it's just passive the turn. Okay.
And then Kevin opts to do nothing also, so...
He's looking at that Sorin in his hand, thinking about trying to get that down there.
For sure. So 1 mana Spirit.
Yep. There is the Selfless Spirit.
Yeah. He doesn't need to time the Grasp right now. It doesn't really matter. I think he's going to grasp that. Yeah, sure.
Yep. So is he responding to this, you think, with the Selfless Spirit on the stack in order to get the flip Duskwatch here?
I think so, yeah.
That would be the correct
time to play.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yep, good play.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really nice play.
Yep.
And now if Andre can actually hit the land for his Sorin, he gets the 2/2 as well. Yes,
absolutely. Very relevant with Liliana.
I mean, the minor upside now is Kevin can use the
He's gonna
Okay, and Anguish done
Anguish
making?
the Selfish Spirit.
It's a little bit aggressive, but I guess he just wants to take Kevin off of all pressure. Kevin should just sack it since he has Ojitat's command in his...
So,
actually, you
no,
want to take
then he
the
won't.
three.
Yeah,
You want to take the
yes,
three.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
So, I actually was just gonna bring that up. He has the question of if he wants to sack it here, he can, not let his opponent take the 3, but
Yeah, no, he's letting him take the 3.
Yeah.
That is definitely a better line.
Yep. All right, we
It's
have
a tapped land. I don't know if he has...
He has caves, yeah.
All right, so I think he'll just jam that and probably just tick up.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world in which Sorin does not come down here.
It just comes down with so much loyalty.
Yeah, it's not going to be spell queller like Gideon would be.
And even a good company probably won't kill it.
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
Get, the perfect company.
It's gonna be on 7 right away with a 2/2 in play.
Yep.
Andrew's still thinking here. He does not have the perfect knowledge that we have that there is no mainboard counter.
Sure, looks he's going for Gideon.
Oh, okay.
So make 2 2/2s.
That's very surprising.
That is surprising, especially because that could be quellered, and that would...
Yeah.
I mean, there's a grasp, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he could be playing around like some
Clash of Wills or something?
some kind of Clash of Wills or something like that. But then even Kevin could still just clash this. But
Yeah.
I think maybe he wants to represent a grasp. Here
Okay,
comes
he's just going to bring
Ojitat's
back
command.
the Duskwatch, probably.
Yeah, bring back Duskwatch draw card is probably going to be his modes here. Yep.
And it is company.
Yeah, that's a good one. Here comes
Yeah, now we got a bunch of 2 2s.
the zombie from the Oath of Liliana doing a great Gatekeeper of Malakir impression here.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he's going to main phase it here.
Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. If he could...
I mean, I don't think he has the read on the Hollow Moonlights, but
Yeah.
it's not like Andrew even has one. Or Andrew. Is it
Yeah,
Andrew or
I think it's Andrew.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has a W written down on this sheet.
Yeah, Kevin's got a bunch of choices here. Like, he could almost make use of his Dramokus command, but then if there's a grasp...
Yeah.
There isn't one, but it looks like one, and I don't think I would make that
He's
play.
representing it super well
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, there's no way that Kevin thinks he has Sorin, right? Like, I mean, if I'm in
At that
Kevin's
point,
seat,
yeah, no.
If I'm in Kevin's seat, there's no way I think this guy has a Sorin in this hand.
But yeah, I think that this game it starts to run away here.
Yeah.
I think this turn that he can't not play the Sorin.
Kevin just wasn't able to deploy a lot of his spells in time. He was not able to, get a Lumbering Falls beating down underneath some pressure. This is, right where Black-White's going to capitalize.
Yeah, I actually think the Oath of Liliana in this matchup in particular, when you have all the Planeswalkers, it just gives you so many more blockers. And
Yeah.
wow, he's gonna go with the aggro here playing.
Tick up, beat down. Okay. Kevin will take that, and it looks like Kevin has an 8 written down. No, it's 15 for him, 8 for his opponent. Okay, cool.
I wonder if he's just gonna play Read the Bones and look for removal. I mean, I would certainly slam the sword in here, but
Yeah.
it gives you another 2/2 as well. So just all the more blockers.
I mean, Gideon came down. Kevin didn't answer it. Kevin did nothing to try to
And
pressure
his
on
best
his
play
turn.
was Ojitat's command. So
Yeah.
you got to be thinking like he did draw company, but you can't put him on that.
Like, if we go Sorin plus make a 2/2 ship, Kevin companies, like, it's... I still think we're in a great spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if we Sorin like -3 or even -4 because we're afraid that's not the worst, but I'd rather just play it in plus.
All right, he's going for it.
Yeah, here it comes. Yep. That Kevin, you can look at Kevin's face. Kevin is very...
That's a tough one for this
Yeah.
guy to beat with that much loyalty. Let's see if he decides to kill the Hydra or the Howler.
The Howler, yep.
I don't think he'll play around Dramokus command though.
No.
That could get him.
It could very well could. That's why I was saying one earlier, -4. It could definitely
for
happen.
Sure.
But I'm interested to see what Sorin does here. I think we're just gonna plus.
I would plus here.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what's gonna happen.
a
0.
land.
Yep.
But as long as he remembers his trigger, he'll still get the 2/2.
Yep. Absolutely.
Now Kevin's gonna company.
Okay, so I imagine Kevin didn't wait for the trigger to resolve before companying, but I guess it's not going to matter as he already has a 2/2 knight, so like the
Yeah.
double reflector mage would be the same thing. But
Well, there's definitely one.
yeah, there's a displacer in there too.
That could get interesting.
This looks like to be a very spicy one. I see a Tireless Tracker, a Selfless Spirit, an Eldrazi Displacer, and a Reflector Mage.
These are the companies you always hope.
And an Advocate.
These are what you always hope to hit.
Yeah, this is
where you actually have options.
Yeah, this is the one land 5 creature company.
Yep.
Yep. Kevin definitely putting in this one, and he is deciding. Looks like Tracker's coming in.
Alright, yep, just bounce a token.
Yep.
And let's see if he might just shortcut here and leave it. Yep.
Yep. I guess the advantage of Kevin doing it that way, too, is he's giving his opponent a chance to miss their trigger, like by doing all of this stuff with the trigger on the stack.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Kevin's hand is pretty good, but it's just these two planeswalkers with so much loyalty. It's really tough.
It's just going to be very, very tough here.
He might start with... it looks like he's going to do some Displacer shenanigans this turn.
Yeah, that's what I would be guessing,
and
too.
And pressure the planeswalkers, but it's just still so much loyalty to deal with.
Well, I mean, if he puts a Displacer in play and his opponent doesn't have a removal spell for the Reflector Mage, we turn off the possibility of Gideon plussing and attacking, which is very big. But then Sorin still can, minus on the Displacer.
Exactly.
So, I'm interested to see what Kevin can do here.
Okay, we're going to fight.
Counter, fight.
I don't think you want to put the counter on that because it's most likely to be blinked, but maybe that's fun.
All right. I don't know. He's definitely having Reflector Mage fight a zombie, and we don't know where he's putting the counter yet. Okay, put the counter there.
So now, maybe all it's Sorin? Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll just trade here probably.
Yeah, that's going to trade with the Reflector Mage.
And then he's going to eat the clue, and then we will actually kill Sorin though.
Yeah, that's
actually a really...
Yeah, this went exactly how Kevin wanted it to.
Yeah, we're not that afraid of Gideon here. Just the... Okay. And Kevin gets to draw a card.
Yeah, we got Sorin off the table.
I'm curious if he will play the 1-mana Sylvan Advocate here. Advocate doesn't die to most of the things in this deck because it's already got its bonus here.
He's taking a point.
Okay, so he just missed his...
Yeah.
He missed that he could have cast for one, but I don't think he had anything to do with it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna matter a lot. It's one of those things where it would have been correct to play it, but
but it doesn't.
He didn't have a Selfless Spirit or anything to play afterwards.
So Andrew has a ton of lands, but he does have a Read the Bones to hopefully gas back up.
Yeah, he's gonna play that plains he found off of Sorin earlier.
Yep, I think he's gonna lead with the Read.
Yeah, he's got 2 lands and a Gideon in his hand with this Read on the stack, so not too much going on for Andrew.
Yeah, and especially in the face of and 2 lands going to straight
bottom. This is Kevin has done a fantastic job turning this game around.
And it's a land and a Transgress. The Transgress can get the Displacer. That would be... Yeah. I think he'll go with that, and then probably just make a token. The plus here is unexciting at best.
I'm very impressed with how Kevin's played this game.
Yeah, Kevin was in a tough spot and is looking... Being able to get rid of the Sorin in one swing was nice. Yeah. And turning a card that's usually dead on with the Dromoka's Command is nice.
Yeah, I've seen just a few minutes ago we were talking about how Andrew was wrapping this up. Kevin is doing a great job mounting this comeback here. And Kevin has another copy of Sylvan Advocate in his hand too, which is a large creature at this point in the game.
Definitely.
Does a great job pressuring Gideon as well as staying back to be able to block.
Yeah, this deck actually does have a few outs to it with the Planar Outburst and the...
Descend, right?
The Descend, yeah. But it's still, those are just a few cards. It doesn't die to the Languish anymore.
Yeah.
And Andrew is already down to 7, so that Read the Bones was not... it's down to 5 after the Read the Bones, so that life loss was not trivial.
Yeah.
With Kevin representing a bunch of large creatures.
Absolutely.
And especially, I don't think that Andrew has a way to even kill Tracker. That's just going to generate card after card, and... Yeah, I guess I'm just curious if he's going to go for the Transgress or not. It would reward him, but I could see him thinking maybe there's not even a card to hit.
Very impressive how Andrew drew all those lands instead of spells. Yeah, I mean, variance certainly occurs. This is not a game of chess, but I think given what Andrew's hand and board state was compared to Kevin's, I certainly, you can't deny.
Kevin played very well.
Yeah, you can't deny that Kevin navigated this. Yeah. Yep.
So it looks like Andrew's still... Yeah, he's going to go for the Transgress here, it looks like. Oh, no, he's just going to play a second Gideon and make another token.
Yep.
I think.
He will be making 2 tokens.
He will make 2 tokens,
as
long as he remembers.
Yep.
Okay, actually, this is a decent way to gum the board up.
Yep. Lots of chump blockers here.
But it does mean that Kevin will resolve this Displacer if he wants.
Yep.
Which would have otherwise... And now he can maybe turn a Transgress off.
Displacer are going to be very good against all of these tokens.
Especially Gideon just can't even ever plus, really. Alright. Kevin has the Lumbering Falls, which you mentioned is great in this matchup, too.
Yeah, that's
especially with 2 advocates, it's a 7/7.
Yeah, that's a very, very hard card to deal with. Blighted Fen, hits it, but not when this board looks like this.
Yep. Yep, so Kevin's going to displace here and just start getting rid of some tokens, I think.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
And now the Transgress will be dead for this turn, if that's the line that Kevin goes with. And Andrew's almost on empty, right? He doesn't have spells in hand, I don't think.
Yeah, he played his Read the Bones, he played his Gideon, and he drew a Transgress. So yeah,
yes.
he's got Transgress and lands in his hand.
Yep. Yep, plays the Displacer. We can actually make it, we can make some attacks.
We're going.
And now we just are going to displace whichever one gets blocked.
Yeah, I like this not displacing anything yet, because if we try to line up a double block on the tracker, we can displace a token there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, if they want to double block tracker and try to kill the Duskwatch, then you're fine with trading for Gideon, but it might just be ones across the board.
Yeah, like if he makes the block that I think he's gonna make, then Kevin's gonna be losing one of his creatures, and Andrew's gonna be losing all of them.
Yep. And he only has 1 Shambling Vent, it looks like.
Yep, Shambling Vent.
Okay, so Gideon's going down here, and now you just easily let this happen and then hold up the displacement on that ally.
Yep.
Kevin may even actually play the other advocate here. I'm not sure.
I think Kevin went after Andrew with the
because he goes to 1.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, so Andrew should be at 1 here if that's where advocate.
Okay,
went.
no, maybe that's totally reasonable too.
Yeah.
I missed that fact that Andrew was so low, but that probably is just better now. Transgress will see nothing.
Yeah.
And I think he drew Westfield Abbey for turn, which is just another land.
Yeah, it's not going to be doing anything. Kevin shows him the advocate in the hand here from the Transgress. Shows him that he's missing.
Yeah, 4 lands. I mean,
yeah, you certainly
can make 3 blockers for 3 attackers, but I don't think Andrew's dead this turn, but it's not going to end. This turn is not going to end too well for him. He can either fire up Shambling Vent or go for the Blighted Fen in response to the land activation.
Kevin's going to blink a night and then step.
Sure. Okay, now maybe it is lethal.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be blink, blink, attack. Well, he's going to go... He goes attack with everybody, blink a Knight ally. Andrew fires up the vent, and then he blinks it before blocks. That should be it.
Mm-hmm.
It only comes down to whether Kevin wants to play around a removal spell or not, but,
I think
Andrew has not shown that he's had that.
Yep.
Yep. Blink.
And now he still has plenty of mana up. Is he going to fire up the Lumbering here? Looks like he is. Okay. They're all lethal creatures, so I like this.
Yeah, I mean, the Shambling Vent is not going to stop this. So.
All right, well played by both players, but Kevin with a nice sequence at the end of the game there to go ahead and pull ahead for the first game. I think that it's actually, him winning game 1 is nice because he gets a lot of nice options out of the sideboard.
All right, so I think we're going to talk about the sideboarding as Max mentioned earlier. You've played your fair share of Bant. I've played some Black-White, so we can talk about our respective decks here. I guess I'll start off. So in the sideboard, we are going to be bringing in Kalitas, almost certainly. It does get Spell Queller and Reflector Mage, but if this card hits and we start removing creatures, it's going to be a big game changer.
And it turns your Languishes into you get left with a board they don't, which is nice.
Linvala, an ultimate price for additional removal and board stabilization. A Hollowed Moonlight. Yep. And another Languish is probably what I see Riker bringing in here.
Definitely. For Kevin, I think he'll try to go into the more controlling route, and he can get rid of the things like Dramoka's Command and maybe a couple of the less impressive creatures, but I think he'll be bringing in Clash of Wills, the other Ojutai's Command if he expects Kalitas.
Yep.
And probably the Negate here. Maybe the Nissa of Asteroids here if he expects the games to go long.
Yep.
And I could see him bring in Tameo too. I know he likes to go to the Planeswalker package.
I like Tameo and Nissa both a lot. They're going to be...
just having another way to threaten them. plus the card advantage just can pull you ahead with like all these cards that just generate advantage, and the displacer looked good there, but I don't know if he'll probably leave it in, but that is actually in this matchup one of the less impressive cards usually.
Yeah.
But it did look good there.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly no denying that it was great at removing those tokens.
Yeah, I think the matchup does actually lean towards Kevin post-board, but, I think the match started out heavily in Andrew's favor there, but he did draw pretty poorly towards the end, even after some Read the Bones with double scry to the bottom. So
I'd like to kind of talk about, while we're between games here, we can talk about the first RPTQ at Kirwan's. I don't want to try to bring up some bad memories for you there, buddy. But for those of you that don't know, this is the second RPTQ at Kirwan's. Kirwan's held the Season 1 RPTQ.
The first time.
First time around. Max Mitchell here lost a close 3-game set to recent top 8 Costa Rica GP competitor Michael Dirkso.
Yep, they were good games.
Yeah, and we have a much larger field this time.
Yeah, it's almost double.
It's almost. This field is very close to what would be the whole top 8 qualifying if they still had that rule.
It changed to just top 4. Though,
right?
Yeah,
recently.
Yep. So I think it's still just 8 rounds though, right? At
yeah.
9 players. Okay.
Yeah. Well, 7, I think, right?
Is it
we're
7?
We're under 128.
Yeah,
so
it was 117 or 118. So 7 rounds.
Yeah, 7 rounds.
Okay.
7 rounds of Swiss with a cut to top 8 is what we should.
So some of these guys who are go 5-0 can probably double draw.
Yeah, that's Pika, Batesh, Shaker, Feingers, Chapman, Garrett, and Zach Keen all have opportunities to win this round and double draw.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's always a good feeling to go into those last few rounds.
We got this tournament's very, very stacked too.
Yeah, there's a lot of players' names that I recognize. A lot of the local grinders, some players who have definitely top 8'd GPs or made it to the Pro Tour.
Yeah, Jeff Pika been on the Pro Tour. Ralph Batesh recently won Modern Grand Prix with Abzan Company.
Yep.
Feingers has been there multiple times. Zach just recently lost a win in at Montreal his. So yeah, he's back here with a vengeance. Joseph Countryman won our LCQ yesterday.
Oh wow, he was the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, he was.
That's great.
He was. Jim Davis, Jackie Wang, very
just a lot of good players around here.
This is certainly like the cream of the crop here, and I certainly think that it's probably because last week was the Star City Games Invitational, and everyone wanted to try to hit up both events.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, looks like we've got our opening hands getting laid out here. Andrews looks like he's got some lands and spells. I think he'll keep. Yep. And they both kept 7. Cool. So hopefully we'll have a good game here.
Yep. Leading with the Forsaken Sanctuary. Always great to lead with that, not having to take pain off of your caves.
And the turn 2 Transgress.
And Kevin shows him.
He did bring in the Tamios. All right, so I think I'm taking the Tracker probably.
Yeah, we see a Tracker, a Mage, a Tameo, 2 Quellers, a Clash, and a land. Well, Kevin needs to draw some lands here.
For sure. Yeah, he takes the Tameo. Okay. See, it's so far off, I don't know that I'd be that worried about it yet, but I mean, I understand it's kind of the unique aspect of this hand. It's the only non-creature. So
yeah.
It makes sense.
Kevin does draw a land. And he's correctly not going to be playing that land to disguise the fact that he has not drawn one.
I think he might clash this Read the Bones if Andrew goes for it.
Oh, I certainly clash this.
Oh, geez. Another Transgress. That's very good here.
Yeah, the gig's up.
Now here, I'm taking the Tracker.
Yep. I think the Tracker has to be pulled at this point.
Oh,
a Spell Queller.
Okay. I mean, I guess he doesn't want us to Read the Bones counter, but...
Yeah. I think maybe he's not afraid of the Tracker if he just thinks Kevin's not going to draw enough lands to make use of it. Kevin drew, I think, an Evolving Wilds.
Yeah, so the 2 clues is going to be really great. And now whatever spell this is still gets quelled, so...
Yeah.
That's why I almost think you want to let this Spell Quellers be here and just find your languishes and stuff.
Yeah, I think this Read the Bones is going to get quelled.
You either quell it or you just clash it. I think I would quell it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is playing right into how Kevin wants the game to go. And now next turn, if he doesn't hit an untapped land, he just gets to make 2 clues. Yeah, he did draw Evolving Wilds, so...
Yeah.
Languish will still be tough if Andrew draws it, but he doesn't have one in hand right now.
And Kevin drew 4. This game is going right as Kevin wanted from the top of his deck.
Oh, yeah. Now all I can ask for is now to just stop drawing lands and draw some spells.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tireless Tracker turns all your lands into cards. So
yeah, being able to go Evolving Wilds and then fetch that Evolving Wilds right away while Andrew's tapped out here for 2 clues is going to be great.
Yep. So he has to let down the Clash, but basically the worst thing that could happen is just a Languish, and I don't think that Kevin wants to play around that.
I think Kevin should pop
do
his
it
volume
now,
lines
yeah.
right here, yeah.
Yeah.
The information you're going to be showing him about what land you're getting is far, far less than the possibility of him killing the tracker with the fetch land on the stack.
Exactly, and there's only one black, and I don't think in this format there's any disfigure effect, so.
Yeah. How's Craig Rocco doing? He's a personal friend of mine. I mean, can look for
Well, we had him on camera round 2, and he lost, so he at least has one loss.
Craig Rocco beat me in the finals with PBTQ to qualify for this event.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a very solid player.
Definitely. He faced a tough matchup. He was facing the blue-black zombies, and he's on company. And that matchup is super polarized.
Yeah, I saw Mark Morrison on camera. I played a PBTQ earlier today. I lost in top 4. He was playing against company earlier today. Or Mark Morrison was playing against the control deck, I'm sorry.
Gotcha. All right, so Gideon does come down for Andrew, but we still get to fly over and pressure it. And now Kevin can just start passing with the Clash up.
Yeah.
Which, with this amount of mana, he'll be able to counter just about anything he wants to.
Yeah. This.
There is a Hollowed Moonlight, but Andrew has not found a time to hold that up. Yeah, Kevin just gets to make a pretty free attack in with the clues here, too. Oh, there's even a Reflector Mage, I think. I don't think he'll play that here. He may. I mean, it guarantees killing the Gideon. And he still gets to hold Clash for 1. Yeah, he's going to go for that. Oh, no, he's... no, he is. Alright, down goes Gideon. And Kevin is left with a pretty nice board of 3 clues and 3 creatures.
Yeah, I...
With a Clash for 1 up, no less. And now this Oath of Liliana looks very bad when he can just sack the Reflector Mage that already did his job. Just ultimate price that. Okay.
Tracker's going down.
Yeah, Tracker already did a lot of work here too, though, taking down a Gideon, making 3 clues. Yeah, and I don't think Andrew has even another place just going to hold up the Hollowed Moonlight now. Which I don't think Kevin even has a... Yeah, Kevin doesn't even have a company, so... Andrew may be forced to cycle that and try to find some action. Because he's missing land drops now, and... Kevin just drew another blue spell. It was either Jace or another Clash.
It's good how Andrew does not have double black up here, and Kevin's creatures are both multicolored, so we can safely pop our clue at end step without fear of Grasp of Darkness.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew's getting his life total chipped away pretty quickly. And
yeah.
I think this turn he will have to Hollowed Moonlight.
And there's the Displacer, so...
he doesn't go for the Hollowed Moonlight. I think in this case you need to when you're missing the lands. But he does hit a land here now. But Oath of Liliana is still not that great here.
So Kevin's going to have the ability at some point to, if he would like to be able to blink his Spellcaller, which will unfortunately give him back Read the Bones, but counter something new if he wanted to.
It would be pretty cool if he ever got down to 2 and he could just do that.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting...
that would be a sweet play.
But alright, sacks the Reflector Mage as expected. And again, Andrew just has to pass with the only castable spell in his hand being Hollowed Moonlight. And Kevin with just the known Clash for the Sorin if he ever gets to 6. Yeah, bash for 5. 3-turn clock for Kevin. He's got a Jace that he is not even going to bother to deploy. He's just going to crack his clues.
Yeah, he's got double clue activation as well as double blink, and he can also go clue blink. He's got lots of stuff.
So yeah, there's the Hollowed Moonlight to draw a card. Because Andrew knows he's in some trouble here.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, he hits the land in a deadweight, I believe, but...
Yeah, we see Sorin. There's a Sorin in that hand, too.
But he just knows about the Clash, and for just that to be hard cast dazed is not a good feeling.
Yeah,
Kevin can still crack his other 2 clues.
That Sorin is not going to be able to hit this board.
Yeah, it's just going to have to pass here.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he's going to Blighted Fen?
And we're going to draw.
Yeah, I think he might just be activating the Blighted Fen. His hand is Read the Bones and a Sorin.
Kevin debating if he wants to draw from this other clue or do something else.
Yep, he's going to draw one more, it
yep.
looks like. So now Kevin with a full grip and heavily pressuring Andrew's life total.
Yeah. Kevin navigated this game very well, and his draw steps lined up almost perfectly.
Alright, looks like we're going to Blighted Fen EOT.
Yep.
Kevin may just sack the Displacer here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not doing all too much. His hand
'Cause
is...
I don't know if maybe you let him have the read the bones, and then he goes down to 7, and then down to 4.
This is a very interesting decision. I like your play of sacking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what Kevin's gonna do.
Okay, yeah, he's just gonna put Andrew down to 7 here. I guess you can opt to not cast it, but I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it. All right, he's gonna cast it.
Yep.
And it's 2 lands that I believe will go right to
Is
the bottom.
Spellcaller saying you may cast that card without paying
I
spell cost?
think it says you may.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me. We'll look between rounds. I can pull up the Oracle text on Spellcaller.
Let's take a look.
Absolutely. All right, Kevin tapping 3. He's probably going to deploy this other tracker in his hand. Yep, here it is.
Yeah, you may cast it.
Yeah, so he did have that option, but I agree with Andrew. You have to cast
yeah.
it. You're not winning this game.
Yep.
The 2 life is not going to make a
That's
difference.
that's not the difference. So
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew's down to 4, I believe, after the life totals will update.
It's really unfortunate because Duress is just not a great card against this company deck because they just play so many creatures, but it does happen to hit Clash and Negate, which are cards you're not going to be able to hit with your Transgress.
Yep. Looks like Andrew actually does have 1 or possibly 2 grasps, but I don't think he'll be able to deploy both through the Clash. Yeah, he's got 2 grasps, but only 3 black mana. That's rough.
I mean, if he can grasp the Displacer, then he still dies to the... So I think his play here is he has to grasp Tireless Tracker, have Kevin blink it out of combat, go to 1, and then hopefully draw something that wins him this game.
I think Kevin might just clash it and go for
I think, that's... Kevin's definitely clashing here. Clash for 4. Just wins him the game on the spot if Andrew has nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that this even represents really is Anguish Unmaking, which will be uncastable, and
you can't,
Ultimate Price.
Yeah.
I think Kevin actually has a company in response. So he's going for the maybe hit a Spell Queller.
He could also just negate.
Okay, no, he's going to go for the Clash, and I think he has Negate as the
no, he's going to do a Clash for 3, his opponent's going to tap out, now Kevin's going to negate. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
And that'll be it.
Kevin knows how to cast some counter spells, and there he goes. He moves on to 4-1. In good contention to maybe top 8 this.
Kevin played that game very, very well. His draws lined up almost perfectly, as we said.
Yeah, the card advantage cards in the Bank Company deck, like the Tireless Tracker and the Duskwatch, I've found to be really, really integral in this matchup, and he managed to get them both times.
When you were running, when the Bant deck was more of a humans deck and less of a Bank Company deck and wasn't playing as many cards such as like Sylvan Advocate and Nissa Vasquid Seer and Lumbering Falls, I feel like the Black-White deck had a much, much better time with that, but now the card advantage that Kevin gets is just so much.
And the early tempo when he can Queller stuff, but it looks like they're going over some sideboarding, Kevin sideboarded how he expected, bring in the counters, bring in some of the...
You fear the dark. But here, it's inescapable. Remember where you are. This is Innistrad, where light only exists to cast shadow. Those shadows are twisting into threats so absolute, so relentless, that you'll have to keep fighting them just to survive. But survival is for the uninspired. Victory is for the strong. And the strong are willing to embrace the darkness. This is my domain. So fall in, soldier. As the true enemy rises. Darkness is your only hope.